Hi, my name's Mike. Today we're going to install a snorkel on a Nissan D22 Navara. It's a 2006. There's not a lot of extras on here. Old two-way, some recovery points, some roof bars, tow bar. That's about it. So we're going to give it a shot. We're going to use a genuine one. And we're going to read the instructions and follow those. Just making sure I have everything. Holes. Now, it says 90mm in the instructions. Bunning cell 89 and 92. So going for the 92 gives me an extra 2mm to play about with. That's about $48, and then the arbor's $36. Couldn't find a mate who had one of these. Maybe I don't have enough mates, but certainly if you're going to drill a hole in the side of your car, make sure you've got something decent to do it, because it's not in my top 10 things to do. First thing we're going to do is let's finish cutting out the template. If we get this right, well then it should be easy. Now we've got the fiddly bits done, we'll jack it up now and remove the guard underneath there and see what's going on before we start drilling any holes. Could probably check those brakes. Bit of time left on that yet. I don't know if you can see that, but we have to take that guard out. And there's a few screws and some plastic clips. And then we get over here and take out, I think they call it a cyclone box, which doesn't look too difficult. And I asked myself, why would I not drill those holes before we lift it off the ground? And probably be more comfortable if it was on the ground, but there may be some wiring behind here for this, which there will be. I don't want to hit it, so we need to look at that before we drill. Just trying to get off these plastic lugs, and they're all going to break. They've been deteriorating for 15 years under here. Oh, it didn't break. Oh, that's only one broken. Almost need to get inside the engine. I'm just removing this cyclone box or loosening it. Not sure which. Seems to be maybe 3 or 4 bolts hanging and holding it on. That's one. Bit of blood, sweat and tears in there. Just going to clean my hands up. Maybe gloves is a good thing, but difficult. That's 2. That's 3. Instruction says 3, so maybe there's more. The idea is to get rid of this thing. Can't get rid of that until we get that out. Let's have a see. I think there's a 4th bolt. Not really going to love putting them back. Oh, that's bolt number 4, and I think that's all of them. And there's, oops, lost the light. May not have needed to take out bolt number 4, but that's out. And some clips on that. In the meantime, I'm going to get washed up and have a coffee. That's the bit we need to get rid of. If you can see up there, next thing to do is just disconnect that, which I've just done, which is your side indicator, and cut a few clips here and pull that wire away from there. Yeah. So push that through. Assuming the pipe work comes through this big one for the Snorkel now. This is why this cable has to go back that way. In here. And obviously make its way back down to a hole over here and back to the indicator. There is a hole, if you can see here, where you can rerun the indicator wire. It's millimeters, it's so close. So just give that a bit of a grind out. So that indicator wiring, we run into that hole. Just drilling some pilot holes. So just drilled some 3mm pilot holes. Let's step these up a couple of times before we get to 11mm, and then we'll tackle that. Looking forward. I think we'll take these up to 5. And that was relatively simple. Make sure you've got brand new drill bits. It's going up to 7.5. We won't do that because I think the arbor drill is probably a 6 or 6.5, so it'd be silly to go any further. Oh, 11mm. So we're going to drill the big hole, 90mm, but I'd be covering up the brakes before you start, for obvious reasons. So we're going to drill the 90mm hole, but before I do, I'm going to use the arbor and the drill just to clear that. If you've noticed, I've changed to a power drill, not a little Ryobi cordless. Take this slow. Put a bit of oil on that, might help make it go through easier. You can see that. And it's done. Easier than I thought it was going to be. I was so looking forward to that. I'm thinking the easy solution is to put this in first. Don't forget the clamp. And I'm thinking this bolt here is going to be a tough one to put in after. So we're just going to loosen put that in there. Hopefully that doesn't fall away. we were supplied in the box a special rust preventative grease. So we're going to open that and use it on those things since it's here. Probably just going to loose fit everything in case I make some blunders. A bit of grease on there to get it in easier. Good. As you can see, we're mostly there now. That's been loosely fitted, and I don't know if you can see that pipe's in. Bolts are loosely done up, and comes out here. Just a matter of putting this back with that new pipe and just finishing it off at the door. So we're going to put this bracket on, which I've loosely put on here. Now, according to the instructions, you pull back this door seal, pull it off. Place that on there. Now I'm not going to use a hammer and a punch or anything. Liable to drop the hammer and break the window or something. Just mark it up. Now there's a template here which I'm supposed to put on here. Bottom edge to that. And cut out this section here. Apparently. Now, doesn't make a lot of sense. Outer edge, inner edge. It's a 10 centimeter section, and yet the bracket's only 7 centimeters. And so I'm going to go with caution and probably cut out the 7, not the 10, so it's 7 by 7. Just a section out of here. Now I'm going to drill what I've marked, put a little drill stop on the end of that, and yeah, don't want to be drilling through to the inside of the car. Drill stop didn't work very well, but we never went through to the inside of the car, so bonus. Put the rust prevention on all the holes that we've drilled. We'll just go ahead now and just put this bracket on. And if this doesn't work and this little self-tappers break, we'll be using pop rivets. Probably wouldn't hurt to put a bit of silicone on those. Next thing we need to do is chop a little piece of that out, and that bit's done. Hopefully you can see that. I have to say the instructions for cutting the rubber door seal weren't really that good. So all we've done is got a really sharp scalpel and just cut that lip off and just taken a little bit off here, and that will fit perfectly. So you can see that little bit from here to here, and then just a little notch same size as the bracket, and that's it. Instructions, yeah, doesn't work. So we didn't use the instructions or the template for this. I think maybe just use instinct. And the door seal has gone back perfectly. Good job. Just getting up under the fender here now, tightening everything up on the Snorkel. Some of the bolts going through on a funny angle and the washers keep slipping off. So it's a bit of grease on that. Both sides on the washer. You can see that. Put your spring washer on there. When you get that up under there, it'll stick. And then you can just get your bolt, put it on. You need tiny hands. We're actually going to make a mess like me. Not much left to do now. We'll tighten the bolts, and let's not forget to tighten the clamp behind there. And we'll put the plastic lining back, put the wheel back, and we're just about done. No screws left, so I must have got them all. And I ended up with a few spare clips after removing the old intake pipe. So with any luck, I've got enough after breaking one or two. That's all back on. Job done. What we need to do now is put the wheel back on, drop it down. We're nearly there. Well, that's finished, and thanks for watching. Don't worry, I'm not giving up my day job anytime soon, but if I can do that, pretty much anyone can do that. And on that being Christmas, there's only one thing left to do, so have a safe Christmas and be careful on the roads. Thank you.